This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. On the next Discover the Upper Cumberland, we peek inside TTU's window on the world. Next, we hear music from Cookeville Mastersingers celebrating unity through music. And then we talk with the first African-American baseball player at Tennessee Tech. All of this and more on the next Discover the Upper Cumberland, right here on WCTE, your Upper Cumberland PBS.
Funding for this program is provided in part by the United States Department of Agriculture.
Welcome to Discover the Upper Cumberland, the series, where we explore our region of Tennessee. I'm your guide, Desiree Duncan. Tennessee Tech University highlights diversity within our rural region with their annual Window on the World. The day features music, food, and individuals from throughout the world. Producer Logan Hartman takes a peek inside the window on the world.
My name is Caitlin Salyer, and I'm the assistant coordinator for the Window on the World Festival. I've participated with this event for 6 years, and this is my first year serving as the assistant coordinator. There's a lot that goes into it, all very great. There's recruiting volunteers and putting together cultural tables, the food vendors and all of that alike. There are approximately 25 different countries represented through culture booths. We have around 15 food vendors outside, and then we have some sales vendors that are from different areas. I always make sure to mention all the performers that we have. That's a great way. They can come into this room and experience performances and cultures and food all at once. I think the friendliness and just getting a chance to kind of travel around the world, if you will, in a single day, try food, meet people, it's just a great experience to grow your knowledge and learn how to interact on a larger level.
My name is Kate Baidu. This is my daughter Isabel Baidu. She's a student here. Every year we represent the country of Ghana, our motherland, and every year we bring a lot of Ghanaian artifacts and things that we normally get from the local Ghanaian market, art market, to come and show people what have been done in the local markets, and also a brief history about Ghana and a bit of Ghanaian finger foods. Anything that you see here that speaks for itself. I've brought some of these beads that we wear back home, traditional beads, which I really love. Some of them, my mother got married in some of them, you know. One of the kente cloths was my mother's wedding attire. It's really important for people to know about the world in general. And I know very little is known about Africa. I've been here for 19 years and I hear some really over-the-top stories about Africa. So it's really nice to have this kind of opportunity to really tell people about Africa as a whole, but especially about Ghana, which is where I come from.
My name is Mariah Hunter, and I'm an accounting major at Tech. I've been coming here ever since I was in the 6th grade, and I love culture. Any kind of culture. I love different flags, I love geography, and so this is kind of right up my alley, and I love looking at all of the different things that the people from different countries bring, and I like eating the food. The food's probably one of my favorite things. I love seeing all the people in their different clothes from the different cultures, and it's just, I love that the college is aware of all the diversity, and I love that there is so much diversity. It just makes it more fun, and it's more interesting. The world is a huge place, and it's not just Cookeville, Tennessee. It's a huge world, and so I think it's really important that we all learn that and understand that, and be aware of that.
My name is Kula Epperly. I am representing my country, Liberia, and I was actually born in Liberia, and I lived until at the age of 13, and then I was adopted here in America, and I've been here 10 years ever since. This is my first time at WOW, and I wish I'd known about it way before, because I love it. It's like you get to travel around the world, like in one room, like it's so amazing. Like I wish I knew about it way before. It's really good to have knowledge of different cultures, really. That's really important because you don't know who you're gonna meet anywhere you go, even in your workplace, just anywhere in particular.
Window on the world is beautiful.
The wonderful things, you know, that are outside, I guess, where we are comfortable with.
Really helps grow people's knowledge in that way and promote diversity.
The Cookeville Mastersingers concert Unity in the Community was a celebration of the lives of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood through music. The concert brought together the Tennessee Tech University Chorale and Prescott South Elementary School Choir with Mastersingers to deliver a pretty powerful performance. Here's a snippet from the concert, My Country, 'Tis of Thee.
We are extremely grateful to the Prescott South Elementary School chorus under the direction of Mrs. Sarah McDonald, for it is in the children in which our hopes lie for future generations. So let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you.
I'm here with Morris Erbe, who was a former board member of WCTE's board of directors. Thanks for joining us, Morris.
Thank you for having me.
Morris was the first African American baseball player, and I wanted him to tell some stories about his experience at Tennessee Tech in the 60s.
Well, in 1967, I was offered a baseball scholarship by Sid Hatfield, who was the baseball coach at Tennessee Tech at that time, to play ball for him. We had just finished our district or regional tournaments in Tullahoma, and apparently there were several coaches there observing the ball players. And I remember we got put out of the tournament. We finished, we were runner-up to Winchester, and he came up to me after the game and he said, "Son, how would you like to play ball for me?" And I'm just a young 17-year-old, at the time. So I said, "Well, can I think about it?" He said, "Sure." So I thought about it a good part of the summer, and he called my Connie Mack coach, Thompson, and he said, "Well, is he still interested in the scholarship?" And the coach got in touch with me, and I said, "Yeah, sure." So I got on the phone, called Coach Hatfield, and I said, "Coach, I'm really interested in the scholarship." So I went over to the university and signed the scholarship. That was in July of 1967. I'll never forget.
And so tell us a little bit about your experience with that. Was it welcoming, or what were some of the issues that maybe you had to face?
Well, for the most part, it was a good experience from beginning to end. Now, I didn't have any issues with any of the ball players that I played with. Unfortunately, after I signed, Coach Hatfield got a job in Knoxville at UT as their golf coach. So actually, at the start of my freshman year, that was August 1967, the team was taken over by one of the assistants. I think his name was Tom Hatfield, and he was a little different fellow, and we didn't quite see eye to eye, but I don't think he was really keen on the idea of a person of color being on the team. But things worked out pretty well because he was only there my freshman year, and then Tech brought in a new coach, Ronnie Bargatze, super guy. Ron stayed 1 year, and then W.A. Wright came in. And after that, things really took off for me because in my junior and senior year, I actually started as the third baseman for the university, and had a great career at Tech, baseball and in the class and so on. So things worked out really well for me.
Good. And so you grew up in Cookeville.
I am a Cookeville native. Yes,
and
indeed.
So what high school did you go to, and your experience playing ball there?
The first 8 years of my education life was spent at Darwin High in elementary. That was the all-black school in the area. That school burned in 1963, and then we integrated into the white school system in August of 1963. And that's probably where things took off because, of course, they had bigger programs, and they had baseball programs. I remember playing my junior and senior year there, and that provided a lot more opportunities being at a much bigger school. So things went pretty well from that perspective.
And I mean, after school, of course, your career has, had this great life with Fleet Guard, now Cummins Filtration. Did any of the experiences at Tech maybe groom you or, get you ready for what you experienced in the real world?
Oh, I can't say enough for what Tennessee Tech did for me and my career. First of all, I think I got a first-class education from Tennessee Tech. I got a business degree from Tennessee Tech and also a master's degree in psychology. And all of those things added to my successes in the business world and all of the other things that I did career-wise. So, you know, I couldn't have written a script for it to have turned out any better than it did for me. But it was great.
Mm-hmm. And in present day tech, you've got leaders like Mark Burnett, Dr. Rob Owens, who are doing more to enhance the success of some of the students of color at Tech.
Oh, absolutely. I know Mark and Rob personally, and I'll tell you, you talk about two class acts. Those two are extremely class, and they couldn't have any better two people running in a situation like they are running. So absolutely wonderful.
And this will be my final question. What is something that you would say to a young student, someone that's getting ready to graduate high school? What would you say to them to maybe convince them to come to Tech, move to Cookeville?
Well, I would just say I can't think of any place that you could do any better, because that was one of the best decisions I ever made. And that was to stay home here, go to Tennessee Tech, because the education that you can get at Tennessee Tech is second to none, and I would highly recommend this university versus any university around, because it did well by myself and my wife Linda, who has 3 degrees from Tech. So Tech did very well by us.
All right. Thank you so much, Morris, for sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Desiree, for having me.
And we'll be back with more Discover the Upper Cumberland. There's a rich Latino culture in the Upper Cumberland, and each year Cumberland County gets the entire community together to celebrate that culture. Producer Daniel Duarte takes us to the Hispanic Festival.
And I'm here at the Cumberland County Hispanic Festival. I'm the coordinator over the kids area. We've been here all day in the pouring rain with tons of kids doing piñatas, and we didn't get to do all of our games, but we've watched the kids dance, and they've had prizes and lots of good food, and we have really enjoyed ourselves. And even though it's rained, you know, we've had a great turnout, and we're looking forward to next year.
Hi, I'm Faye Collins. I came today to the Playhouse to watch a play, first time, and we just happened to come out and saw the Hispanic Festival, and so far it's been great. Got some cool pictures. Thanks.
At the Hispanic Festival, my compadre over here made these from tissues. He handmade all these hair bows, necklace, and these rosaries. So if you guys are interested, come over here. I'm still here, rain or shine. Thank you.
I think it's important because, you know, my kids are half Hispanic, so living in where they're a minority, you know, I want them to know their culture, and I think it's good for the community to come together and see, you know, how other people live, and that there needs to be diversity. And the kids, you know, there's so many things that the kids don't learn here because they are the minority. Just like the kids dancing, it's amazing to see, you know, how they picked up on it and they enjoy it, and it's something they can't get anywhere else.
Hello, I'm Aiden Morrison, and this is a giveaway tent for Chile and the Hispanic Festival.
Hi, I'm Ransom, and I'm here at the Hispanic Festival in Cumberland County, at the Cumberland County Playhouse, doing a scavenger hunt with the kids. We're going from tent to tent and just finding out interesting facts about the countries and foods at all the tents. Yep.
So far, we've found that the countries. Home to 33 volcanoes is Guatemala.
And soccer is the most popular sport in Mexico.
This is a project from Stone Memorial High School, and we were assigned to do projects on countries. When we were doing the research for this project, I think the most interesting thing was to learn about the ancient Incan culture that is from the Andes in Peru.
Last year we had it in a small area of the parking lot. This year we've expanded to their stage. The Playhouse hasn't used that side in years. So we were able to pressure wash and fix some boards and liven it up a little bit. And we have a great area over there to have it in. And, you know, we can't do that without sponsors. It takes a lot to put this stuff on. And our committee is extremely small. So we would love to have more sponsors. And this year we raised money for the kids area just for individuals. You know, sometimes just because you're not a big sponsor, corporate sponsor, doesn't mean you can't help. And also volunteers.
Go, Baba!
Free Hill, just north of Salina in Clay County, is a rural black community whose original residents made the tree-covered mountain their home after being freed by a slaveholder from North Carolina by the name of Virginia Hill, hence the name Free Hill. Members of the community built their own stores, clubs, and eateries and made a living farming, logging, and rafting in the area. Producers Jacob Carr and Mark Dudney traveled to the homecoming celebration of this historic community.
Free Hill is an African-American community in Clay County founded when America was young. It was profiled by National Geographic. Its Rosenwald School was listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and the Free Hill Church of Christ has been the bedrock of the community since its founding. Every July, the community celebrates its homecoming.
Homecoming is something in which we have actually celebrated for 199 years, in which all our families have gathered in something that has been a beautiful moment where a lot of our families have come in from all around the United States.
Free Hill Community was established before the Civil War, and it was by a woman, Virginia Hill, and we're not sure where she actually originated from, but the family story is that she came from North Carolina, and she purchased over 400 acres, and after that time she freed the slaves that she had traveled here with.
I'm a resident of Free Hill. I went to school here in Free Hill at our little old Rosenwald two-room school.
I grew up here many years, and I remember everything from playing basketball games up here to riding sleds down this hill just right below it. So I have a lot of fond memories of this community. It's a great place. It's a great place to live, great place to go up. Doesn't have the modern conveniences of a city, but there's a lot of history here and a lot of welcoming arms, and it just, you never feel like this has always been home to me.
We're just one big happy family all over the whole community here. So if one has something to eat, everybody else has it, because they'll share with one another. Just like today, we had all that food, and, you know, one brought this, where you bringing that? So we just all put it together, and we have a good meal.
The church initially was founded before 1816, somewhere around there. And initially it wasn't here. They moved the pork beams were chestnuts, and I think 10 by 10s with mules from the other location to here to build upon this, to build a church here. Now, throughout all time, the church has been the central focus of the community. The reason being, if anybody would in need that the church could possibly extend a helping hand, they do so.
The second Sunday in July of every year, many people gather here to Free Hills for our birthday, the birthday here, homecoming as we call it. All the descendants and of those who have gone on before, who laid the foundation for us, we all gather here just to meet each other, to celebrate how far we've come. The church is still here. The families are still here. Not as many as was, but there is some families still here. This year is 199 years. Next year will be the 200th year celebration, the bicentennial.
Free Hill enjoys a proud heritage. Its citizens have gone out into the world, excelled in diverse careers, and many have served in the military. It's a history of hard work, strong faith, blues music, and most of all, a sense of community.
For more info on this show and to catch your favorite segments, visit our website, wcte.org/discover. Also, if you have any topic ideas, email them to discover@wcte.org. Thanks for joining us, and remember to get out there and discover the Upper Cumberland.
Funding for this program is provided in part by the United States Department of Agriculture.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.